calls for stronger action against bullying in educational institutions. Trash for protection, personal accident insurance coverage through recycling. Salam Malaysia Madani, I'm Daryl Baptist and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has directed the Higher Education Ministry or MOHE and the Education Ministry MOE to take a stronger stance against gangsterism, bullying and thuggish behaviour in educational institutions under their jurisdictions. Emphasising this matter, Datuk Seri Anwar said the issue needs to be taken more seriously as there is no value in leadership and capability without pure values, manners and ethics.
Saya beritahu kepada Menteri Pendidikan, jangan tolak ansur. Kita dah bagi amaran, bagi nasihat, jangan tolak ansur sama sekali kerana ia tidak berlaku secara terpisah. Ia berlaku kerana budayanya yang kita pertahankan. So, saya nak mengulangi itu.
Speaking during the Temu Anwar program at University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia or UPNM in Kuala Lumpur today, Datuk Seri Anwar said world leaders considered corrupt are not necessarily lacking in education or skills, but rather in moral integrity and values. His remarks come in the wake of an abuse case involving a cadet at the university who was said to have had a hot iron pressed against his chest by another senior cadet. On another note, Datuk Seri Anwar stressed that he cannot tolerate those who sow seeds of hatred among races in the country. Describing this as the emergence of racism in Malaysia, he cited examples of individuals who tried to mock the physical features of certain races, such as refusing to cooperate with those who have slanted eyes or dark skin.
Saya paling tidak tolerit di Malaysia ni orang tanam kebencian kaum, Ini semua bibit racism ini. Di Malaysia pun ada bibit itu. Kita akan bekerjasama dengan mata macam kita bukan mata yang sepet dan warna kulit kita bukan warna kulit lain gelap. Apa dia ni? You ni orang Islam ke? Apakah orang Islam tu mengizinkan penghinaan kerana kulit?
Speaking during the Temu Anwar program at University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia or UPNM in Kuala Lumpur today, Datuk Seri Anwar said the Malays exhibit the highest culture and the most refined manners and etiquette as long as they do not diminish their dignity, principles, religion and culture, which define their identity. Citing the situation in Gaza, Palestine, he said the attacks on the region stemmed from extreme racial sentiment and hostility towards Islam and Arabs. He said this sentiment has led to Israel's attack on Gaza over the past 68 years, seizing land and homes and committing genocide. Moving on to other news, the use of artificial intelligence or AI can be greatly beneficial in learning if students do not abandon the culture of reading and critical thinking in their pursuit of knowledge. In this regard, Datuk Seri Anwar said students should not rely entirely on AI, but instead use it as a new tool to enhance the knowledge that they acquire.
Kebergantungan kita keterlaluan. Sehingga kan baca AI, dia tak baca lagi dah. Ataupun seperti mana kita Google sekarang, semua jawapan Google. Tapi Google, jawapan itu jawapan rumusan dan ringkasan. Yang tidak kita lakukan ialah membaca. Jadi membaca itu ialah menelaah buku, menelaah itu dia lihat daripada keseluruhan pemikiran. Dia tidak ambil satu cebisan.
According to the Prime Minister, aside from considering the information or content generated by AI, The context of that output also plays an important role. He explained that while AI-generated content may be accurate, it does not necessarily mean that the content of the information is also correct. Going back to the topic of bullying that we mentioned earlier, the Ministry of Defence will investigate a case involving a cadet officer from University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia, or UPNM, who was allegedly bullied and abused by a senior. Echoing the Prime Minister's comments on bullying, Higher Education or MOHE Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Zamri Abdul Kadir said the investigation will aim to identify the suspect and may include steps to station wardens in each cadet dormitory. When met by reporters at the UPNM Mosque in Kuala Lumpur today, Datuk Seri Zamri said the ministry's involvement follows Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim's recent commitment to eradicating bullying across educational institutions nationwide.
Dalam konteks UPMN ini, kerana mereka yang datang ke sini sebahagian daripadanya juga akan menjalani latihan kadet, pegawai-pegawai kadet, dan pegawai kadet ini diletakkan pula di bawah ALK, ya. Di sebelah pagi mereka pergi ke kuliah, sebelah petang sampai keesokan harinya di bawah ALK.
On a separate matter, Datuk Seri Zamri stated the ministry is gathering information on a viral video of a Malaysian man whose MyCard and driving license were allegedly found at a Ukrainian battlefield.
Saya akan dapatkan maklumat dulu. Saya akan dapat maklumat dulu. Sebab itu kita akan maklumkan. Okey?
Pelajar IPT.
Kita akan kita akan komen nanti sebab buat masa ini saya belum dapatkan maklumat secara lengkap secara ni. Dan lepas itu kita akan buat kenyataan.
In the viral video, both documents are believed to have been discovered after Russian troops captured a Ukrainian military stronghold in Litvany. Earlier, the Royal Malaysian Police, or PDRM, has reached out to the Russian embassy in Kuala Lumpur to investigate allegations that a Malaysian citizen might be involved as a mercenary in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. The Road Transport Department, or JPJ, launched a 2-month nationwide special operation targeting motorcyclists with focus on 8 main offences by motorcycle riders. Its Director General, Dato' Adi Fadli Ramli, said among the offences are the absence of a driving licence, vehicle licence and insurance coverage. Additionally, it includes running a red light, unauthorised modifying vehicles, not wearing a helmet, illegal racing and other technical offences. The aim is to reduce the number of deaths and injuries due to road accidents through focused enforcement strategy to monitor, detect and take action against riders and motorcycle owners who fail to comply with the stipulated regulations. This special operation is mounted following the alarming statistics with the increasing trend in the rate of fatal accidents recorded by the Royal Malaysia Police, or PDRM. PDRM statistics show that 1,908 cases, or 70% of fatal accidents, involve motorcycles, are reported each month. Here's some disturbing news. Sexual assault against children in 2023 saw a significant increase of 21.1%, with reported cases rising to 1,389 from 1,147 in 2022. In a statement released alongside the publication of the Children's Statistics Malaysia 2024, today Chief Statistician Datuk Seri Dr. Muhammad Uzair Mahidin noted that non-physical sexual offences and child pornography accounted for 91 and 67 cases respectively in 2023. Additionally, the number of sexual offences involving children reported to the Royal Malaysia Police or PDRM surged by 26.5% in 2023, totaling 1,567 cases compared with 1,239 cases in the previous year. From a child protection perspective, the Social Welfare Department recorded a 26.1% increase in the number of children needing care and protection, rising from 6,770 in 2022 to 8,536 in 2023. Datuk Sri Muhammad Uzair further revealed that based on the estimated population statistics for 2024, there are approximately 9.14 million children under the age of 18 in Malaysia, representing 26.9% of the country's total population of 34.06 million. The end of the year is closing in soon, folks, and with that, the northeast monsoon phase is expected to begin on 5th November and continue until March 2025, bringing about 5 to 7 episodes of heavy rainfall throughout this period. In a statement today, the Malaysian Meteorological Department, or Met Malaysia, Director General Dr. Muhammad Hisham Muhammad Anip stated that heavy rain is expected to hit Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang, Johor, Sarawak and Sabah during the early phase of the northeast monsoon from November to December. He added prolonged heavy rain over several days could lead to flooding in low-lying areas and those near rivers. Dr. Muhammad Hisham explained if heavy rain continues to coincide with high tide and storm surges, the risks of flooding can become more extreme. The public is advised to prepare for the monsoon season and to remain alert for information, advice, forecasts and weather warnings issued by Met Malaysia. Malacca focuses on tourism infrastructure enhancements.
Welcome to On the Table.
Obviously, there are two main engines of growth in any economies.
What are the implications of Malaysia's growth on employment, income levels, and also standard of living per population?
From a historical perspective, it's been good. The capacity in our country can be built to be in the same level as the world standards.
Welcome back. Now, here's an idea that could prove to be a stroke of brilliance. By using recyclable materials as payment for the annual premium, the community can now enjoy various benefits through the Trash for Protection Personal Accident Insurance Program. Empowered by the Trash for Cash Recycling Initiative, Deputy Minister of Housing and Local Government, Dato' Aiman Athira Sabu, said the newly introduced program offers attractive benefits, allowing individuals to obtain insurance coverage by contributing recyclable materials valued at 12 ringgit annually. She said the move is one of the most innovative recycling initiatives that can provide personal accident protection, especially to the less fortunate.
Saya harapkan Trash for Cash punya syarikat insurans dan juga boleh bekerjasama dengan kita untuk memperkemaskan lagi, memperkasakan lagi, sebab saya yakin dan percaya dengan dana sejati madani ini, dengan geran sejati madani, rakyat akan lebih cakna dan of course Trash for Protection pun akan mendapat perhatian selepas daripada ini, insyaAllah.
She said this when met by reporters in Alor Setar today. Earlier, Dato' Aiman Athira officiated the Automated Drive-Through Recycling Centre, also known as ADTRAC, of the Kampung Derga Federal Village Development and Security Committee, or JPKKP, at the Dato' Syed Omar Hall, which is the first residents' association in Kedah to successfully obtain the Sejati Madani grant under the Green and Recycling Activities sector. The Deputy Minister also encouraged corporate companies and non-governmental organizations to participate in the program by sponsoring the B40 group and those in need, as this initiative can indirectly stimulate the local economy. Malacca will continue to improve the quality of all tourism infrastructure in the state in preparation for the World Tourism Day, or WTD, and World Tourism Conference, WTC, 2025 in September next year. Chief Minister Datuk Seri Abdul Rauf Yusof said this initiative aims to elevate the state's tourist attractions to world-class standards, ensuring that they are all well-equipped to welcome international visitors during these significant events. He emphasized that enhancing the eco-tourism sector within the 4 local authorities, or PBT, will also be a priority to attract domestic tourists.
Dan kita juga akan memberi tumpuan mengikut kawasan-kawasan PBT untuk menarik lebih ramai pelancong domestik menikmati keindahan alam semula jadi dalam negeri Melaka. Di dalam kawasan pentadbiran PBT Alur Gajah, kita akan mempertingkatkan kualiti ekotourism di Paya Lebar dengan mempertingkatkan lagi kualiti perkhidmatan river cruise. Di Jasin kita akan mempertingkatkan kualiti Taman Cincin Extreme Park yang akan dijadikan Cincin Glamping and Caravan Park bertaraf dunia.
He said this after officiating the Bukit Beruang Giant Flag Monument, known as Puncak Laksamana, which stands at an impressive 65 meters and features an observation deck. Earlier, he said that Puncak Laksamana began to be developed on 30th May and was completed on 23rd August, before being handed over to MPHTJ, and will become a new attraction for hikers while exploring nature from the peak. For those who frequently travel by train, do take heed. Kereta Api Tanah Melayu Berhad, or KTMB, will implement a fully cashless ticket purchasing system beginning 1st January 2025, covering the Klang Valley, Northern, Southern and East Coast sectors. KTMB said this initiative aims to foster a more efficient and competitive society, aligning with the government's aspirations for digitalization, which prioritizes inclusion, security and transparency. KTMB Group Chief Executive Officer Datuk Muhammad Rani Hisham Samsudin explained that the company is currently in a transition phase until the end of the year to raise awareness among the public, particularly the elderly and disabled, about the shift to cashless payments. Users can use debit cards, credit cards and near-field communication features, in addition to the existing KTMB Mobile or KITS application and touch-and-go cards. Statistics show that approximately 82% of passengers currently utilize online payment methods for electric train services, or ETS, and shuttle Tebrau via KITS, while the adoption of cashless payment systems for KTM commuter services in Klang Valley and northern sectors stands at 71%. On the topic of trains, the East Coast Rail Link, or ECRL line, along the Kemasul Forest Reserve in Temerloh, Pahang, will include elephant barrier fencing on both tracks to prevent human-elephant conflicts in the area. As a matter of fact, the ECRL alignment at that reserve that reserve area crosses several agricultural plantations and fringe areas that serve as habitats for elephant groups. In a statement today, Malaysia Rail Link Sendirian Berhad, or MRL, the project owner of the ECRL, said that discussions with the Department of Wildlife and National Parks, or Perhilitan, concluded that such fencing will serve as the route through the forest reserve as it crosses several agricultural plantations and forest edge areas, which serve as elephant habitats. MRL clarified that endurance testing of the prototype barrier fence was conducted at the end of last month in collaboration with Perhilitan. The 665-kilometre alignment spanning Pahang, Terengganu and Kelantan includes 41 tunnels, approximately 145 kilometres of elevated sections and 28 wildlife crossings at strategic locations to mitigate environmental impacts during construction. The Malaysian Rubber Board, or MRB, announced that the Rubber Production Incentive, or IPG, for cup lump and latex has not been activated for October 2024 in Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak. In a released statement, MRB said that effective January 2024, the IPG would be activated if the average monthly farm gate price for cup lump rubber is 3 ringgit per kilogram or below. As for IPG for latex, it will be activated when the cup lumps IPG is activated. The rate of IPG latex is fixed at 90 cent per kilogram for latex with 100% dry rubber content. IPG will be paid to all eligible Malaysian rubber smallholders. The statement said for October 2024, the average price for cup lump for Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak was at 3 ringgit 70 sen, 3 ringgit 40 sen and 3 ringgit 20 sen per kilogram respectively. Hence, MRB said no IPG payment was made for the month. Still ahead, Malaysia supports ASEAN Plus 3 Rice Emergency Program. Hello again. Malaysia will continue supporting the activities of the ASEAN Plus 3 Rice Emergency Reserve, also known as APTA, to strengthen the ASEAN food security agenda. Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dato' Arthur Joseph Kurup, said the matter was conveyed at the 24th ASEAN APT meeting of Agriculture and Forestry Ministries, or AMAF rather. He added the meeting also took note of the contribution of 11,620 metric tons of rice this year by APTA. The contribution enables 10 ASEAN member countries to address emergency situations during natural disasters. Additionally, it strengthens food security and provides related humanitarian assistance in the region. The 24th AMAF provides a platform to strengthen ASEAN cooperation with the APT countries in agriculture and forestry, particularly efforts to improve the efficiency of food production and supply chain, as well as develop the expertise and capacity of regional human capital. Dato' Arthur led the Malaysian delegation at the meeting that involved the participation of 10 ASEAN members, along with the APT countries, namely China, Japan, and the Republic of Korea. More news from our ASEAN neighbours. Vietnam's e-commerce sector has consistently maintained high growth rates of 20 to 25% annually, according to the e-commerce department. A decade ago, the retail e-commerce market in Vietnam was valued at $2.2 billion. By 2023, however, this figure reached $20.5 billion, accounting for 8% of total retail sales of goods and consumer service revenues nationwide. In international markets, e-commerce enhances access to and delivery of goods to customers. This is further supported in Vietnam, thanks to the country's participation in numerous bilateral and regional free trade agreements. Vietnam and Thailand have become the fastest growing e-commerce markets in Southeast Asia, with Vietnam overtaking the Philippines as the third largest in the region. The top 8 e-commerce platforms in Southeast Asia reached a gross merchandise value, or GMV, of $114.6 billion in 2023, a 15% year-on-year increase.
Coming up in sports, impressive start for Bagnaia in Sepang. Stay with us. Defending champion Francesco Bagnaia got off his 2024 Malaysia Motorcycle Grand Prix or MotoGP campaign with a flying start by emerging as the fastest rider in Free Practice 1 or FP1 at Sepang International Circuit today.
The Ducati Lenovo team rider took the top spot in 1 minute 58.795 seconds and left behind Maverick Vinales of Aprilia Racing, while Marco Bezzecchi from Pertamina Enduro VR46 Racing team came in third. British rider Jake Dixon of CF Moto Aspa team clocked 2 minutes 6.255 seconds to lead the chart in Moto2 free practice session. Japanese rider Ai Ogura, racing for MT Helmets MSI, was second best, and Marcos Ramirez of OnlyFans American Racing Team earned third place. However, Malaysian riders Muhammad Helmi Azman and Khairul Idham Pawi, who competed under wildcard tickets for Petronas MIE Racing RW, failed to shine, finishing in 29th place and 32nd place respectively. Moto3 action saw Angel Piqueres of Leopard Racing make an excellent start to dominate the free practice session with 2 minutes 23.835 seconds ahead of David Almansa from Capron Rivacold Snipers team in second place and Bowie Motorsports rider David Munoz in third place.
And now on to tennis. French Open and Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz failed to reach the Paris Masters quarterfinals after a thrilling 6-1, 3-6, 7-5 defeat to local favourite Ugo Humbert on Thursday.
Left-handed Humbert came through in 3 sets to register his first win over Alcaraz, having lost twice to the Spanish star earlier in 2024. The Frenchman, ranked 18th in the world, wrapped up the first set in 26 minutes as Alcaraz.
That's it from us this evening. In our top story, calls for stronger action against bullying in educational institutions. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. The weekend is upon us, folks, and the festivities are just kicking off. Remember to have a memorable one, and please be safe, guys. I'll see you again soon. My name is Darryl Baptist. Thank you for watching. Good night.